The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is a film that is based on a true story, and judging by the action scenes, they more than likely took some creative liberties with the story. This makes for a very fun movie to watch and feels like a mashup of the Dirty Dozen's attitude with some of the charm of a spaghetti western comedy the likes of They Call Me Trinity. If you have never seen They Call Me Trinity, you should, because I watched this over and over growing up and I loved it. Now, as fun as the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare was to sit through, it feels like it's missing something to make this a really great film. The story takes place in World War II before America joins the war. The Germans are terrorizing the seas with the U-boats, and Britain has to do something or they'll have to surrender. Major Phillips, played by Henry Cavill, is brought in to put together a team to do an off-the-books unlawful mission. If caught by the British, they will be arrested. And if caught by the Germans, a far worse fate awaits. There's a good balance of action, story, and even a little bit of comedy mixed in here. The action was enjoyable while occasionally being, a little brutal, but, not in a bad way. It's pretty fun to watch. Honestly, Alan Ritchson delivered most of the brutality. Seeing him cut out hearts, make vicious kills with knives and axes, and if you've seen him in Reacher, you know what he's capable of doing. The story moves along pretty well at a good pace. Never felt myself getting bored. You understand the importance of the mission that they're undertaking, the risks involved. But one of my gripes concerning the story would be they have all these interesting characters in the movie, but it doesn't feel like they can really go in depth with them because everything's just kind of like moving along so quickly. You don't really get a chance to really engage and get to know some of these characters. But in the limited time each one has, they're all acted very well. They come off as very likable, and this movie, top to bottom, the acting is great. My other complaint with the story, though, which is probably the biggest problem, is the tension. There's none. You just don't feel it. A little bit towards the end, but for the most part, you just don't get a sense in there. You have scenes where, Henry Cavill and his crew are in enemy territory and they're going through, and it just feels like they're just casually strolling through these bases, fighting their enemies and taking them out with, it feels like little to no resistance, and it's still fun to watch, but it's just, you don't get any drama there. There's no tension built up. Now, there were some well-timed comical moments that had me laughing out loud in this movie, which I was not expecting. Henry Cavill pulls off this crude person who doesn't care about authority and is a clever, smart-ass bastard, which makes for the most laughs in the movie. All in all, this is a good movie with great performances by everyone, but the story seems to be just lacking some truly interesting elements that would make this a very memorable film. Might be best to check this out when it comes to streaming. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you think in the comments. Well, I've got nothing left to say for now. Take care.